we ready to begin?
Good morning!
My name is Misty.
Come on, Ike, it's time.
We would be honored if you would join us.
The greatest adventure of all time.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Come on, let's get in character.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Oh, come on!
Good morning, folks.
Hello.
This is Misty.
This is Ike.
And together,
We're
Misty and Ike. So silly. But today,
I like being silly though.
greater than the sum of our parts.
Oh, we're gonna solve a mystery.
That's right. Two detectives. One
Yep.
with shaded glasses and one with
Nerd glasses.
nerd glasses.
Yeah. Nerd spectacles.
What's the mystery that we're going to solve today?
America's oldest unsolved mystery.
Dun, dun, dun.
Where did the people from Roanoke Island go?
And we are going to tell you right after this.
Yep.
Actually, we don't have anything to cut to.
We don't.
Yeah.
No.
We already did the intro.
Actually, I'm sorry. It's Roanoke Colony, not
Yes.
Island.
Well, it was, yes, we'll get into.
Yeah.
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 It's the colony.
Okay, first, do you want to start it with that by showing like where Roanoke Colony was?
Well, I don't have the map yet.
Okay.
But I have it on my arm. It's
You
here.
do.
It's
Isaac is a North Carolinian.
Yes. As we discussed
Isaac?
yesterday, I was born in New York, just outside of Woodstock in Kingston. But at the age of 3, I put on my detective hat and moved down to North Carolina.
Because you wanted to know what happened at Roanoke.
That's right. It's been my life's mission. And now I'm going to reveal it here on Misty and Ike.
I like it.
I really don't have any amazing facts.
Okay.
I'm not going to Google.
So I am going to tell you how Roanoke came to be in the first place.
Okay.
So August 1587, a group of about 115 English settlers arrived on Roanoke Island, which is off the coast of what is now North Carolina.
Right. In the Outer Banks. There's a shell of islands. It's like a wave break for the
Which
main
also
land.
then makes me think about how excited I am because I just read this weekend that season 2 of Outer Banks is coming out soon.
Oh, very good.
Boom.
Okay. Which means it'll be out by the time this comes out?
I'm not sure. I didn't take note of the exact day.
All right.
So later in the year, it was decided that John White, who was the governor of the new colony, would sail back to England in order to gather a fresh load of supplies. Just as he arrived, a major naval war broke out between England and Spain, and Queen Elizabeth called every ship to confront the Spanish Armada. So in August of 1590, 3 years later, he finally was able to return to Roanoke, where he had left his daughter and his wife, his infant granddaughter, the first English child that had been born in the Americas, and all the other settlers 3 years before. The entire colony was gone. No trace of the colony or its inhabitants, and very few clues to what might have happened, apart from a single word. Croatoan.
Yep.
Croatoan carved into a wooden post. Croatoan. Croatoan. Look, you want to look that up and see how you pronounce it? I don't think I pronounced it right.
Should we do the thing where they...
where they say it for us.
Okay. How to pronounce...
Croatoan. Croatoan.
Croatoan. I'm going to go with Croatoan.
Croatoan. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Croatoan.
I mean, I heard it enough. Okay, we got to pull this up.
Croatoan.
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 Yeah, look at you.
Croatoan.
I mean, I heard it a million times growing up.
Really?
Let's do the... This is all you learn when you grow up in the 49th worst state in education. There's only things that happen in North Carolina.
Croatoan.
I think we could make a what's that song?
Croatoan.
A remix version of
Croatoan.
this? Croatoan.
Oh, Amadeus. Croatoan.
Croatoan.
Amadeus.
Rock me,
Croatoan.
Croatoan.
Rock me, Croatoan. Rock me, Croatoan.
All right, so investigations into the fate of the lost colony have continued over the centuries, and no one has come up with a satisfactory answer. Croatoan was the name of an island south of Roanoke that was home to a Native American tribe of the same name. So perhaps the colonists were killed or abducted by the Native Americans. Other hypotheses hold that they tried to sail back to England on their own and got lost at sea, that they met a bloody end at the hands of the Spaniards who had marched up from Florida, or that they had moved to a different place inland and were absorbed into other tribes.
Right.
So
well, that doesn't hold up.
Right.
Because if you've ever been to the Outer Banks of North Carolina,
I've not.
they're less than a half mile wide, and they're very long, like 20, 30 miles.
Right.
But they go out as far as like 100 miles offshore. So like you would have to then like island hop to get to the mainland.
Right.
So to get in,
Okay.
if they didn't have boats, like when you're on the furthest peak out there, like where that fort was,
Yeah.
and you look, it looks like the ocean on both sides. You can't see the mainland.
Okay.
So you feel like you're just on a small little island.
Right.
So like going inland, I think they got trampled by wild horses.
Well, in 2007, they began to collect and analyze DNA from local families to figure out if they were related to the Roanoke settlers.
Oh, interesting.
Local Native American tribes, or both. So they still haven't really figured it out. The next group of English settlers didn't settle until 17 years later, a short distance to the north in Jamestown. But they think that they were so freaked out by the story of Roanoke that's why they settled where they did.
My article is not giving me very much good stuff, so I'm
Okay.
and my nose itches. I think someone's thinking about me.
Maybe.
One thing that I just learned that I didn't know about was, where is it? One of the people that Sir Walter Raleigh is the capital of North Carolina. One of the people that he was interacting with for this whole trip was Greenville. What's his name? Greenville. There's a city named Greenville. Sir Richard
Yeah.
Greenville.
A lot of Sir
Yeah.
Raleighs and Sir Greenvilles and
Some of this might be redundant to what you said, but I'm going to read this real quick. Philip
Okay.
Amadas and Arthur Barlow explored the present-day Outer Banks of North Carolina on behalf of Sir Walter Raleigh. That's like saying Arnold Palmer when you're trying to order it. Sir Walter Raleigh for 6 weeks. Yeah. In 1584, their accounts of what they found led Raleigh to dispatch Sir Richard Greenville the next year to further explore and begin settling the region. Greenville left 108 men under the command of Ralph Lane to establish a colony on Roanoke Island. These men were only too glad to be rescued by Sir Francis Drake when he happened by after the next spring. Meanwhile, when Greenville returned in 1586 with supplies and more settlers, he found an empty encampment. He left behind a token force of 15 men. No one knows exactly what happened to them either. We know about these voyages from written records, but we have found little archaeological evidence such as tools and everyday items, let alone building locations.
I have something cool to play off of that. In 2020, they actually did start to find stuff on a farm in North Carolina.
Yeah.
They found old broken crockery that they believe belonged to those people.
That's a crock of shit.
That's a crockery. Archaeologists, have been going there and digging for years trying to figure things out. But weirdly, they found it on a farm that was actually on the mainland. And they traced back this crockery to that time period. So they think that those people had actually found a way to go elsewhere. And had integrated.
Before Sir Walter Raleigh got his filthy little hands on this operation, it was originally the organization of Sir Humphrey Gilbert.
Humphrey Gilbert.
Yep. The colonization of the Roanoke Colony was originally organized by Sir Humphrey Gilbert, but he died when attempting to colonize St. John's, Newfoundland. Newfoundland? Newfoundland.
It's Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
That's it. Yeah. Newfoundland.
Seems like it would be spelled differently, but Newfoundland. Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. We're going to do the pronunciation thing in a second.
I've been there once. Newfoundland.
Sir Walter Raleigh was his half brother.
Oh, that's some shady shit.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Sir Walter Raleigh never visited North America, but sent expeditions led by other men in his place.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
The purpose of establishing a colony on Roanoke Island was to create a foothold to the New World to be able to serve as a base to expand the British Empire.
Yeah, of course.
That makes sense.
Thanks, Brits. Trying to take over everything.
Yep.
So I think that this to me is super cool. Researchers uncovered a lead in 2012 They were examining a map at the British Museum in London that White had painted of the I cannot talk today.
Elizabethan
Era United States, hidden in invisible ink.
What?
Presumably to guard information about the colonies from the Spanish were the outlines of 2 forts. One 50 miles west of Roanoke, the same distance away that the colonists had told White that they planned to move. And the first colony foundation was a team that was set up of archeologists set out to investigate the site that was on this map. It's in Bertie County, North Carolina, and they went in 2015. Promisingly, the possible settlement was close to a Native American village called Metaquem, typical of early European settlements. There's no sign of a fort, but just outside the village wall, that's where they found 24 shards of English pottery, and it's been dubbed Site X. Ground-penetrating radar revealed another possible dig site 2 miles away, and that has been dubbed Site Y, and it yielded more fragments of ceramics from different parts of Europe.
I want to see that on a regular today's
Here,
map.
there's a picture of one of the things they found.
Whoa, what's the green stuff? It's the world's first Nelson.
What?
Wilson.
I was like, Nelson?
Yeah, maybe.
What?
Maybe they were the first.
Wilson.
Yeah, maybe that's Wilson from 1587.
Maybe.
Check,
It's a Spanish olive jar.
check this out.
Can't get your hand in that to get the olives out. Newfoundland.
Oh, hang on.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
See? Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Well, it ain't Newfoundland.
They have a delicious, it's Newfoundland is, I mean, it's an area in Canada, but it's also just really a town. Like there's one town in all of Newfoundland.
Oh, I thought Newfoundland was in the United States.
No, it's on the eastern seaboard of Canada.
Let's look it up. Where?
They have a chocolate company that's excellent there. I remember I stopped and they gave us all kinds of fun chocolates.
Oh, wow. It's up there.
Yeah.
It's the tip of Quebec.
Yeah, it's hard to get to, definitely. I've only been there once ever on tour.
Let's show it
With
to
the
folks
mighty
here.
James Taylor.
Here it is on the map, folks. What you want to do is just go to Ottawa and keep on going
Forever.
through Quebec, or you could go up to Nova Scotia and go straight up.
I also went to Nova Scotia on that same tour. For only time I've ever been there as well.
Were you in the Gulf of St. Lawrence?
No, we flew though, and we flew over the Gulf of St. Lawrence.
So this is a province in Canada.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can you name all 7 or 8 provinces of Canada without looking at this map?
I'm just gonna be honest.
I can.
Ottawa. You're looking at the map.
Newfoundland, Quebec,
You're a
Ontario,
cheater.
Manitoba,
You're such a cheater.
Saskatchewan, Alberta, and British Columbia. It's easy.
Cheater,
It's so-
cheater, pumpkin eater.
But no, what I want to find now is that map that you just had. I want to find
This guy?
Yeah, I want to find out where that is in North Carolina. So, does it have any
It
clues?
says it's a 16th century map of what is now coastal North Carolina. Appears to show a fort concealed under a patch, visible only by backlighting that may have been where the survivors settled after abandoning Roanoke Island. Courtesy of the trustees of the British Museum. So it is London. What was his name?
Oh my goodness, I'm so wrong about many things.
Okay, talk to me. Show me.
If you're just listening, this is going to be a little difficult. But here on the map, this Roanoke Island
Yeah.
is boom. That's what it looks like, right?
Okay.
So it's still in the chain of outer banks,
Right,
But
but
it's not the outer barrier banks.
It's not. No, it's on the inside of that.
Yeah. So I think that little map is something in this little world right here.
Yeah, probably because it was inland.
Yeah. So let's
So they
see
just
here.
took the 94 right on it.
Yeah. This is this is about 3 miles right here. So
Okay.
you could see the mainland from Roanoke Island.
Okay.
Because when you're standing on the beach, you can see 77 miles to the end of where you can't see anymore.
That's pretty cool,
You
actually.
could see the mainland 3 miles away, I'm pretty sure, unless there was a storm surge. And there's a disc golf course right here that they probably, that's
well,
probably where
yeah.
they went.
I mean, that's where I would have gone is the disc
Yeah.
golf course. Or to Fort Raleigh City.
Yeah. It is super cool to go out there and see all this stuff, though.
Someday I would super love to do that.
Let's
I
go.
think it sounds real cool.
Yeah.
I did not grow up in North Carolina. So I didn't know a lot about this, and what made me kind of dive into this once, American Horror Story did a whole season on Roanoke Island.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm watching it and I'm like, wait, what is this all about? Like, this sounds true. Mm-hmm. And so I looked up Roanoke Island and was like, whoa, okay, no, this was like a legit thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously the American Horror Story season is much, much more dramatic and very different. But yeah, that's how I learned that Roanoke Island was a thing.
Indeed it is.
Well, I mean, we didn't solve the mystery,
Oh, not yet.
but we will.
We didn't say when we were going to solve it.
You're right. Good
Did we
point.
imply that we were going to solve it today, guys?
I think maybe. we did.
Sorry. The old bait and switch.
Yeah, I think maybe that we did.
What if tourism in the Outer Banks of North Carolina goes up 20 million% because of our broadcast here?
I would like a cut of that, North Carolina.
They need it for their education program.
That's a good point. I would be willing to sacrifice it for that.
But here's a little reference. Back to the map. Sorry, folks. Roanoke Island, right here. Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. First time anything ever flew in the air. That's where they flew it.
Yep.
They built it in Ohio, so the Ohio claims first in aviation on their license plate. But we're first in flight. Kill Devil Hills, Kitty Hawk, North Carolina.
What's Kill Devil Hills?
Kill Devil Hills is the sand dunes just outside of Kitty Hawk. That's where they flew.
That's a real cool name of a
Yeah.
place.
So Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, that's where the Wright brothers flew for the first time.
We need to take a trip. There's so much going on here.
I've been to all this place.
I
all
have
these
not.
places.
I have not, and I need to go to these places.
Let's go.
Okay. Let's go right now.
All right, folks, we got to go to North Carolina real
Yep,
quick.
we're gonna take a little flight on the aviation to the Kitty Hawk to the Roanoke. That's what we're gonna do.
When we're going to go solve the mystery.
I just tour managed us up that trip.
That's what's up. Look out for Misty and Ike's first live performance from Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Oh, wouldn't that be something?
I would be all for that.
What if we only
super cool?
We only play in places or locations where we've done episodes about?
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be real fun.
Live from Kill Devil Hills. It's Misty and Ike.
I would do it.
All right. We got a big week and we're over on time again.
Yep, man.
What's
much
tomorrow?
talking.
Tomorrow is
Tomorrow is Robert Redford's birthday.
Robert Redford's birthday.
The man who started mail order catalogs.
That's right. Oh, well. You like how I just agree with you?
You're like, yup,
Yes,
that
I
guy.
Couple birthdays coming up this week. There's one on Friday that I'm really excited about.
Oh. It's also, let's see, we've got Coco Chanel, Bill Clinton, Madonna, James
Trying
Cameron.
to throw you off the scent.
Maybe.
All right, folks. If you never listen to any other episode of Misty and Ike, tune in this Friday for episode 280.
Yeah, you should.
If there's a birthday party coming,
You should.
there will be cake.
There will be cake.
And to that we say,
See ya.
see ya.